Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show that, well, cuts through the noise and gets you straight to the most important insights from a stack of sources. Today we're tackling a universal frustration for anyone in online business. That feeling of being stuck on a relentless hamster wheel. You know it well, working 60-plus hours a week, pouring your heart into endless content creation that often feels like it vanishes into thin air, only to see your traffic disappear overnight with the latest algorithm change. It's the constant struggle with razor-thin margins, dealing with difficult clients, and that exhausting feeling of simply trading hours for dollars, never truly scaling your impact. Does that resonate with you, that constant need to be on even when you're supposed to be relaxing? I know it certainly does with me.
It's an incredibly common narrative in the digital landscape, yeah? So many people enter this space with immense potential, only to find themselves caught in that cycle of high output and diminishing, unpredictable returns. The investment of time and energy often feels completely disproportionate to the actual profit.
Absolutely. But what if there was a counterintuitive, maybe simpler path? A way to truly cut through that noise and build highly leveraged, genuinely valuable digital assets that actually work for you. Today, we're unveiling what we call the one-page website revolution. It's a method developed by Stuart Vickers, a real trailblazer in this space, playfully known in some circles as SEO Jesus.
Right, because of the hair and beard, yeah.
Yeah,
Heavy metal fan thing, I heard.
that's the one. But his approach, it really cuts through the noise and focuses on building a remarkably sustainable online income.
What's really remarkable about this method is how much it departs from conventional wisdom. It completely redefines what online business can look like, focusing on hyper-targeted, high-value assets rather than these broad, content-heavy platforms.
And as an early hint for you, our dedicated listener, while this deep dive will absolutely extract the most important actionable insights from Stewart's method, giving you a fantastic shortcut to being well-informed, well, the full extent of his comprehensive approach with even more detailed step-by-step implementation, that's truly transformative. It's really designed to give you that comprehensive guidance you need for maximum success.
Yeah, absolutely. So our mission today is really to distill the essence of this powerful framework. We'll explore Stewart's accidental discovery, unpack its core components, and reveal precisely how it delivers remarkable, sustainable income and, maybe most profoundly, genuine freedom. We promise to help you shortcut your way to those pivotal aha moments without feeling, completely overwhelmed by information.
Okay, so let's unpack Stuart's journey, because I think many of you will likely recognize parts of your own story in his. Before this breakthrough, he ran a digital marketing agency, which meant, servicing clients around the clock. He was making decent money, sure, but he was working himself to exhaustion. Think about that grind. Constant client emergencies, scope creep, the unending pressure to find new business. He vividly recalls how even his vacations weren't really vacations, just like different locations to answer emails from. It was an always-on, non-stop treadmill.
That kind of burnout, where you're just effectively trading time for money, it's such a pervasive issue, particularly in service-based industries. The inherent problem is that the only way to significantly increase earnings is to commit more hours or take on more clients, which inevitably leads to exhaustion. It's fundamentally unsustainable for personal well-being and, well, life balance.
Yeah, and on top of that agency grind, he was also trying to build affiliate websites on the side, a path many of us explore, right? He spent months creating content, meticulously building links, optimizing for SEO, only to watch his rankings and, consequently his income just evaporate with each unpredictable algorithm update.
Oof. Yeah, brutal.
He eventually realized the return on investment simply wasn't matching the immense effort he was putting in. Something fundamentally had to change if he wanted to break free.
Sounds like one of those moments of absolute clarity, right?
But born from profound frustration. When the conventional paths just lead to exhaustion and unpredictable income, it forces you to seek out something truly different, something with genuine leverage and, well, more sustainable returns.
And that's exactly what happened. His breakthrough came, believe it or not, entirely by accident. Stewart had registered a domain, loftconversionlondon.co.uk. He intended it as a placeholder for a future affiliate site, maybe promoting products, services related to loft conversions. But life got busy, as it always does, and all he managed to do is put up a very simple, single-page website. Like, super basic.
Okay.
It contained just basic information about loft conversions in London, a contact form, and a phone number. He admits they were more placeholders than anything else, and then he essentially forgot about the site.
Wow. Okay, so the truly surprising part came, 3 months later? Exactly. 3 months later. While reviewing his analytics for totally unrelated projects, he noticed something astonishing. This bare-bones single-page site was actually attracting traffic. Not just a trickle, but a consistent 15 to 20 visitors per day, all coming from Google, all searching specifically for loft conversions in London.
15 to 20 visitors a day from a forgotten page. That's pretty good organic traffic for something just sitting there.
Right. And even more astonishing, the forgotten contact form had quietly captured several leads that he hadn't even noticed. He checked the email address connected to the form and discovered messages from homeowners actively looking for loft conversion services. This definitely caught his attention.
I bet it did.
He did some quick mental math. The average loft conversion in London costs between, say, £40,000 and £50,000. Local contractors typically pay 10 to 15% commission on new business. This meant each converted lead could be worth anywhere from £4,000 to £7,500 in commission.
Wow. Okay, the immense potential was immediately apparent then. That's serious money per lead.
Totally. He reached out to a few loft conversion specialists in London, explaining he had this website generating these highly specific pre-qualified leads. Within just a week, he had secured a partner. And within a month, his first commission check arrived. An incredible £6,250 for a single loft conversion job that originated directly through that simple one-page website.
£6,250 from one lead.
Yep. And here's the kicker. All this came from a single simple website that took him less than a day to create and cost under £200 to set up. Think about that level of leverage. It definitively proved that you don't need complex, expensive, or content-heavy sites to generate significant income online.
That's incredible. That unexpected success really validated the sheer power of focused, high-value lead generation, fundamentally proving that, extensive, complex websites aren't a prerequisite for substantial earnings. It was this aha moment that then led him to develop the entire one-page website method, right?
Exactly. Okay, so let's unpack this core framework. Stuart's one-page website method is a remarkably straightforward approach to building these simple lead generation websites. They perfectly connect local service providers with customers who genuinely need them. And it's built on just 5 core components.
Yeah.
Super simple.
Yeah. The elegant simplicity of these 5 pillars is truly striking. First, you've got niche selection. This involves identifying high-ticket local services where just a single lead can be worth thousands in commission. This is like the absolute foundation.
Right.
Second, exact match domains. Securing domain names that contain your precise target keyword for an immediate, powerful SEO advantage. This sends a direct and unambiguous relevance signal to Google.
Super important.
Third, simple website creation. Building a streamlined, one-page, optimization-focused website designed to rank quickly, totally avoiding the bloat and complexity of traditional multi-page sites.
No more huge builds.
Exactly. Fourth, basic link building. Establishing just enough authority to secure page 1 rankings for local terms. You don't need hundreds of expensive, complex backlinks here.
Minimal effective dose. Kind of.
Precisely. And finally, lead monetization. This is where you partner with those service providers who pay commissions for these pre-qualified leads, creating that direct high-value revenue stream.
What truly distinguishes this approach from traditional online business models is its inherent simplicity and, well, profound leverage. We're talking no more content hamster wheel. You genuinely don't need endless content creation. One comprehensive, optimized page is often all you need for these high-ticket local services.
Yeah, that's a huge relief for many people.
Totally. There's no complex technical SEO to master. Basic optimization is surprisingly sufficient for local terms. And crucially, no expensive, labor-intensive link building is required. Local rankings simply demand a minimal level of authority, which is honestly a game changer for solo operators or small teams.
And this translates into a largely hands-off business model once it's established, right? You have no inventory to manage or fulfillment to worry about because the actual service providers handle all the work. And you're freed from the constant demands of client management because you're not selling services yourself, you're just connecting buyers and sellers.
Exactly. It creates exceptionally high leverage. Unlike traditional affiliate marketing where you might earn, a few dollars per sale, each converted lead from a one-page site can be worth thousands in commission due to the high-ticket nature of the services.
And this leads to a remarkable personal transformation. Stuart, for example, within just 6 months of discovering this approach, had built 5 profitable one-page websites in different local service niches. Each one was generating between £2,000 to £8,000 per month in commission income.
Wow.
His total portfolio was producing over £20,000 monthly, with just a few hours of management per week. That's an incredible level of freedom that most online entrepreneurs, frankly, only dream of achieving.
Totally. he was able to completely step away from client work. His income became largely passive, requiring only, 5 to 10 hours of management per week. He wasn't just making money, he owned tangible, valuable digital assets that continued appreciating over time. This eliminated that feast or famine cycle common in client work, giving him unprecedented control over his schedule and the ability to travel whenever he desired.
Yeah, but the most meaningful change, she always emphasizes, wasn't just financial, it was the profound impact on his personal life. Regaining precious time with his family and reclaiming his mental health. The constant stress of client deadlines and algorithm updates just vanished. He could genuinely be present with his kids on weekends instead of constantly checking emails or, putting out fires. This is the kind of transformative outcome many of us are desperately searching for, isn't it?
Absolutely. This approach seems particularly well suited for maybe burned out agency owners and freelancers,
Yeah.
people tired of the client service treadmill and eager to build assets they truly own and control.
Definitely. It's also ideal for full-time employees looking for a substantial side hustle that doesn't demand constant attention and could eventually replace or significantly augment their salary. And affiliate marketers frustrated with the volatility of algorithm changes who seek a more stable, predictable income stream will find this immensely appealing. Really, anyone seeking genuine online business leverage where your time investment isn't directly tied to your earning potential.
The common thread among successful practitioners, it seems, is a real value for simplicity and a willingness to follow a proven systematic process, rather than constantly chasing the latest fleeting marketing trend or tactic.
Exactly. It's about sticking to the fundamentals that work.
Now, let's be transparent and set some realistic expectations here. What this is not, it's not an overnight success lay. While fast, you should still expect, maybe, 2 to 3 months before your first site gains significant traction.
Right, it takes a bit of time.
It's not completely passive from day one. Setting up sites requires initial work, and you'll need to manage leads. It's also probably not a guaranteed path to making millions quickly, but rather a robust method to build a sustainable 5 or even 6-figure income. And like any business, it's not entirely risk-free. Some sites won't perform as expected, which is why building a diversified portfolio is so key.
Precisely. Real business building inherently requires effort and patience. The profound power of this approach lies in its inherent simplicity, its predictability, and the fact that it brilliantly leverages existing market demand rather than trying to create demand from scratch. It builds on established needs.
Okay, let's quickly compare the one-page website method to some other popular online business approaches.
Yeah.
So if you're familiar with blogging or content creation, traditionally you might write hundreds of articles and wait 6 to 12 months for meaningful traffic, usually monetizing with low-paying ads or small affiliate commissions.
The long game.
With the one-page method, you craft one highly optimized page, target high-value local terms, and often rank in just 2 to 3 months, earning potentially thousands per conversion. The difference in ROI is just immense.
Yeah. And then consider e-commerce, sourcing products, managing inventory, handling customer service, dealing with returns, relying heavily on paid ads. It's a lot. The one-page method eliminates all that complexity. No physical products, no inventory headaches, no direct customer service demands on you, and it runs fundamentally on organic traffic, dramatically reducing overhead and ongoing effort.
Or if you're running a traditional agency, it's that constant cycle of client acquisition, battling scope creep, relentless deadline pressure, and always trading your precious time for money. With this method, you build once, generate leads continuously, get paid for quantifiable results, not your time, and you can scale rapidly by simply adding more sites.
Right. And for traditional affiliate marketing, you're often competing nationally for highly competitive terms and earning tiny commissions on commodity products. With the one-page method, you target underserved local markets and earn significantly large commissions on these high-ticket services.
The contrast is truly striking, isn't it? Most online business models demand significant, ongoing, active work with inherently uncertain returns. The one-page website method, however, focuses entirely on building simple, highly valuable digital assets that continue generating consistent returns with minimal ongoing maintenance. It's really about strategically building equity, not just tirelessly chasing sales.
Exactly. It's a different mindset entirely.
So to give you a concrete sense of what's truly possible, let me share a few real examples directly from Stuart's portfolio. Okay, take his kitchen extension London site. The domain cost, just £9.99 per year. Website setup, a mere £100. Link building, £200. The total time investment was incredibly low. 1 day to set up, then just 2 hours a month to manage.
Few hours a month. Wow.
It now ranks impressively at hashtag 4 for Kitchen Extension London, attracts about 250 visitors monthly, generates 8 to 12 qualified inquiries, which consistently brings in £4,000 to £6,000 in commissions.
That's fantastic ROI from minimal ongoing work. Okay, what else?
Then there's Roof Replacement Manchester. Similar minimal costs, £9.99 for the domain, £100 for setup, £150 for link building. Again, 1 day to set up, 2 hours a month to manage. This site ranks hashtag 2, attracts around 180 visitors, yields 6 to 10 leads, and reliably pulls in £3,000 to £5,000 in commissions monthly.
Again, really solid, consistent income from a simple asset.
And one more, in the U.S. this time. Personal Injury Lawyer Denver. Domain costs just $12.99 per year, setup $150, link building $250. This one takes about 3 hours a month to manage after the initial 1-day setup. It ranks hashtag 5, gets approximately 300 visitors, consistently converts 10 to 15 qualified inquiries, and generates an impressive $5,000 to $8,000 in commissions each month.
Okay, those are powerful examples, and these are just 3 from a larger portfolio, right? It's crucial to understand that not every single site performs exactly this well, but when you build multiple sites, the winners more than compensate for any underperformers. Each of these simple digital assets continues generating income month after month, year after year, with truly minimal ongoing work. That's the compounding power of building a portfolio.
All right, let's begin our first proper deep dive into the method's core components. This is what Stuart calls the million-dollar decision, identifying high-value niches. He emphatically states that niche selection is the single most critical decision you'll make in the one-page website method. This initial choice will fundamentally determine how quickly you rank, how valuable your leads are, and ultimately, how much money you make. He learned this lesson the hard way, he says, choosing based on personal interest rather than objective market economics, which, in his words, resulted in months of work for pennies. Ouch.
Yeah, that resonates. It leads us to a fascinating core principle, though. It's just as easy to rank for a keyword that generates, say, $5,000 commission leads, as it is for one that generates $50 commission leads. The effort involved in ranking is essentially the same, but the payoff can be 100 times different. Think of it like this. If you're going to put in the effort to open a store, wouldn't you want to sell high-value items? This is why focusing intensely on high-ticket services is absolutely foundational to this entire approach.
So, to illustrate that point vividly, consider this scenario. If you build a site targeting budget smartphone reviews that gets maybe 10,000 monthly visitors, with typical affiliate commissions of $10, $15 per sale and a 1% conversion rate, you might make $1,000, $1,500 per month. Not bad.
Okay. Decent side income, maybe?
But contrast that with building a site targeting Kitchen Extension London, which might only get 200 monthly visitors. However, with a 5% lead conversion rate and a 15% commission on average £50,000 projects, you could potentially make £7,500 per month from just one single conversion. Same effort in ranking, vastly different results in profit. This is precisely why that high-ticket focus is so paramount.
Indeed. After years of testing and refinement, Stuart identified 3 broad categories that consistently deliver the highest return on investment for these targeted lead generation websites. The first is home improvement and construction. Think services like large home extensions, roof replacements, full kitchen remodels, or loft conversions. These are inherently high-ticket services, often costing tens of thousands, right? And they represent infrequent, significant purchases where customers conduct extensive research. The commission potential is enormous, typically 10 to 15% of the final job value. And crucially, many local contractors in these fields lack sophisticated online marketing capabilities themselves.
Right, they're great at building, not necessarily great at online marketing. The second category he highlighted is legal services. This encompasses areas like personal injury representation, car accident claims, medical malpractice, or DUI defense. Legal cases by their nature often involve significant sums of money, and attorneys are well accustomed to paying substantial referral fees or lead generation costs. The legal industry is intensely competitive online, which makes a qualified, ready-to-act lead extremely valuable to them.
Leads are gold in that space. And the third consistently high-performing category is financial services. Examples here include mortgage brokers, commercial lending specialists, providers of business loans, or tax resolution services. Financial transactions typically involve very large sums, meaning providers can afford significant commissions due to the high lifetime value of a client. The common thread among these 3 categories is that they all combine inherently high transaction values with a consumer base that engages in significant research before making a purchase or committing. This combination creates the perfect fertile ground for one-page websites to intercept those high-value customer journeys.
Okay, so beyond those broad categories, Stewart identified 5 critical factors to rigorously evaluate when pinpointing your specific niche. First, and arguably most important, is transaction value. You must ruthlessly focus on services with high and premium value, typically starting at $5,000 and going upwards. He argues quite simply that the commission on a $500 plumbing job, for example, just isn't worth the effort compared to the enormous payoff from a $50,000 home extension. Makes sense?
Absolutely. Second is commission structure. It's vital to research the standard rates in different industries to ensure they genuinely align with your income goals. For instance, home improvement might offer 10–15% of the job value, while legal services could be 25–40% of settlements. You need to know the potential payoff. Third, consider purchase urgency. While not an absolute requirement, services with inherent high urgency, like an emergency roof leak repair or a time-sensitive accident claim, can significantly increase your conversion rates because customers need solutions immediately.
That's a good point. Fourth, competition level. This is where you assess if you can realistically compete effectively. That means diligently looking for opportunities where existing sites with a low domain rating that's DR 0 to 15 are already ranking in the top positions. You should always favor local terms over national ones, as they are far less competitive, and strategically consider secondary locations rather than just the most saturated major cities. The sweet spot is always high-value services coupled with relatively low SEO competition.
Right, finding that gap. And finally, seasonality. While not a deal breaker, services with year-round demand offer more consistent income. Though you can certainly plan for and capitalize on seasonal peaks like roofing being busier in summer and fall, or tax services peaking in early spring, you just need to be aware of it.
Okay, so to make this really concrete, Stewart walked through a real-world niche analysis example from his own experience. He systematically compared several home improvement niches: kitchen extensions, loft conversions, bathroom renovations, house extensions, and roof replacements. For each, he meticulously analyzed the average job value, the monthly search volume for related terms, the competition level by looking at the domain ratings of the currently ranking sites, and of course, the potential commission he could earn.
And what did that analysis show? What were the winners?
House extensions and kitchen extensions emerged as the clear winners due to their impressive high job values and strong commission potential. But here's where Stewart's approach truly stands out. He didn't stop at the data. He took an additional, absolutely crucial step that most people neglect. He proactively reached out to contractors in each niche to validate the commission structures and gauge their genuine interest in a lead generation partnership.
Ah, the validation step.
Crucial, totally. This real-world validation revealed, for example, that while kitchen extension contractors were typically willing to pay 10–15% commission, loft conversion contractors were generally only willing to pay 6–10%. This nuanced, on-the-ground feedback made kitchen extensions an even more attractive option, despite slightly lower initial search volumes.
This brings us to that critical, often overlooked point. Never, ever skip the validation process. Too many people rush to build websites first and then try to figure out monetization later, which is fundamentally backward and almost inevitably leads to wasted effort. Stewart's simple yet powerful validation process involves identifying 5–10 service providers in your chosen niche and location, then sending them a straightforward, no-pressure email. The subject line might be something like, "Quick question about qualified lead generation for service."
Right. The body explained you're creating a site for their service in their area and are seeking a reliable partner to send exclusive commission-based leads to. He stresses that you then carefully gauge their response. If multiple providers respond positively and express genuine interest, you've likely found a viable niche. If responses are lukewarm, if they're hesitant, or if the commission rates they offer are too low, you should strongly consider a different niche. Always pay close attention to any specific feedback they offer about the types of leads they value most. This validation step, though it takes just a few hours, can genuinely save you months of wasted effort and investment on a niche that ultimately wouldn't monetize effectively.
So true. Okay, once you've identified a promising, validated niche, the next critical strategic decision is location selection. Many people instinctively make the mistake of automatically targeting only the major cities, assuming higher populations automatically mean better opportunities. However, Stewart's data consistently shows that secondary locations often provide a much better return on investment. This is due to significantly less competition, often similar job values, much easier rankings, and crucially, faster results.
Yeah, for instance, Stewart found that targeting Kitchen Extension London took him 4 months to rank, but Kitchen Extension Surrey A nearby significantly smaller market with lower search volume ranked in just 6 weeks. While the London site eventually generated more leads, the Surrey site delivered a positive ROI much faster and with a far smaller link-building investment.
Building on that insight, Stewart developed what he calls the perimeter strategy. Instead of directly attacking highly competitive city centers, he advocates for establishing positions in the surrounding, less competitive areas first, then gradually working your way inward. For example, instead of immediately targeting an ultra-competitive term like personal injury lawyer Chicago, he might start with suburbs like personal injury lawyer Naperville or Evanston.
Right. These surrounding areas often have existing sites with a low domain rating, already ranking, decent search volume, the same high transaction values, and much faster ranking potential. Once these perimeter sites are consistently ranking and generating revenue, that income can then strategically fund the more competitive, higher stakes city center push.
It's a smart way in. This perimeter strategy allows you to establish viable footholds in industries that would otherwise be extremely difficult, if not impossible, to break into as a new player. Beyond broad categories and location strategies, there's another crucial layer, identifying very specific keyword modifiers that signal exceptionally high commercial intent. These terms dramatically affect the quality and ultimately the value of the leads you generate.
Yeah, for instance, compare the general term personal injury lawyer to a more specific query like car accident lawyer near me. The latter unequivocally signals someone actively looking to hire right now. Similarly, in home improvement, think kitchen extensions, which could be research-oriented, versus kitchen extension builders, indicating someone actively seeking service providers. You should aggressively focus on these high and very high-intent terms, even if they have slightly lower search volume, because your conversion rates will be significantly higher as the searcher is much further down the buying funnel.
Exactly. And this leads us directly to what Stewart calls the low competition goldmine, exact intent matching. He's discovered a powerful insight. Google heavily weights domains that exactly match the searcher's precise intent, especially for local service queries. This creates a remarkable opportunity to target very specific intent variations with exact match domains. For example, instead of just roof replacement Denver, you might find variations like emergency roof replacement Denver or metal roof replacement Denver. By registering exact match domains for these highly specific phrases, you can often rank incredibly quickly with minimal effort, even if the individual search volume for each phrase is relatively low. The beauty is that these hyperspecific keywords are typically far less competitive.
Okay, now for our second deep dive. The unfair advantage of exact match domains, or EMDs. If you spend any significant time in SEO circles, you've almost certainly heard the common refrain that exact match domains are dead, devalued, and simply don't work anymore.
Yeah, you hear that a lot.
And Stewart says, with a wry smile, that's simply not true. He's here to tell you, backed by years of his own data, that exact match domains not only still work, they remain one of the most powerful ranking advantages you can possibly have in local SEO. He consistently finds low-authority sites with exact match domains ranking on page 1, often outranking well-established brands that possess significantly stronger link profiles and higher authority.
Yeah, he gave that example right. If you search for Emergency Locksmith Manchester, the third result is emergencylocksmithmanchester.co.uk. This site boasts a domain rating, that authority score, of just 4 and has only 12 referring domains. Yet it consistently outranks national brands with DRs in the 40-70 range and hundreds or even thousands of backlinks. This isn't an isolated anomaly. Stewart sees this exact pattern repeating across dozens of different industries and locations. It's fascinating. Despite what Google officially claims about its complex algorithms, raw relevance remains a primary ranking factor, and nothing signals relevance more clearly, more directly, than having the exact search term built right into your domain name. It's like Google's AI has a built-in preference for hyper-specific answers in local search.
Okay, so why exactly do exact match domains create such an, unfair advantage? Stewart points to a powerful triad of factors. First, direct relevance signals. When your domain name itself contains the exact keywords a user is searching for, you are sending the strongest possible relevance signal directly to Google. Especially for localized searches, this immediate, undeniable relevance can often overcome many other traditional ranking factors. A domain like roofrepairlondon.co.uk instantly tells Google exactly what your site is about and precisely where you offer that service. Right. Second, enhanced click-through rates, CTR. Users are inherently more likely to click on a domain that exactly matches their search query. If someone searches for kitchen extension Surrey and sees kitchenextensionsurrey.co.uk prominently displayed in the search results, that perfect alignment builds immediate confidence and trust. This increased click-through rate sends a powerful positive feedback loop back to Google, signaling that your site is highly relevant and valuable to users, which further contributes to improved rankings.
Makes sense. And third, the natural anchor text advantage. When other reputable sites naturally link to yours, they will often, quite instinctively, use your domain name as the anchor text, the clickable words in the link. If your domain name contains your target keywords, you automatically benefit from keyword-rich anchor text without having to manipulate anything or engage in risky SEO tactics. For instance, if your domain is personalinjurylawyerboston.com and other sites simply link to you using just that domain name, you're effortlessly gaining perfect keyword-optimized anchor text for your target phrase.
Okay, so what's the blueprint for finding and utilizing optimal EMDs? The ideal structure is consistently service location.extension, such as roofrepairlondon.co.uk. This structure powerfully communicates both what you do and where you do it. While it's good to keep domains under 25 characters if possible, never sacrifice your crucial keywords for brevity. Non-hyphenated domains are generally preferred, but if the exact non-hyphenated match isn't available, hyphens are still very effective and fully retain the EMD advantage. For example, kitchenextension-london.co.uk works perfectly well. And for location, be as specific as the search volume warrants, often targeting neighborhoods or distinct districts within major metropolitan areas, as these often face significantly less competition.
Finding these available exact match domains can indeed be a tedious task manually, but Stewart has developed a systematic bulk domain finding process to streamline it. First, you perform competitor keyword analysis. Find a competitor that ranks for many location-based terms, say a large national service provider, and use an SEO tool to extract their relevant location-based keywords like locksmith Birmingham or emergency plumber Manchester. Second, you need to format keywords for domain checking. This involves removing all spaces and special characters to transform them into potential domain names, like locksmith Birmingham. You can easily use simple online tools or even ChatGPT for this step.
Right. Third, you perform a bulk domain availability check. Use a specialized tool like Name.com's bulk domain checker, where you can paste your entire list and quickly check for availability across desired top-level domains, TLDs, like .com or .co.uk. Just to clarify, TLDs are those domain extensions like .com, .org, or country-specific ones like .co.uk. And finally, quality assessment. For each domain that's available, you must rigorously evaluate its potential based on search volume, commercial intent, the current competition level for that keyword, and the potential commission value. Always prioritize domains that score highly across all four of these critical factors.
Yeah, he gave that example, finding personal injury lawyer Macon.com. Despite Macon being a smaller city, it was a high potential opportunity. 900 monthly searches, very high commercial intent, competitors with low DRs 716, and leads worth a substantial $501,000 each. That ticks all the boxes.
Exactly. So once you've found a promising domain, how do you evaluate the existing competition to know when it's a good idea to pursue that domain and when it's wiser to pass? Stewart has a straightforward four-step process. First, simply search for your target keyword exactly as you would expect a customer to. Second, analyze the top 10 results in the search engine by carefully looking at their domain rating, DR, or domain authority, DA. You're specifically looking for weakness signals, like sites with a DRDA under 15, existing local businesses rather than massive national brands, inner pages of larger sites ranking instead of dedicated homepages, or very few, if any, exact match domains.
Right. Third, you need to assess page-level optimization. Even if some of your competitors have a decent overall authority score, diligently check if their individual pages are genuinely well optimized for your specific keyword. Often, even well-established sites aren't fully optimized for very specific local terms, which creates a significant opening for your one-page site. Fourth, evaluate link profiles using a tool like Ahrefs. If you observe that the currently ranking sites have fewer than 30 referring domains and minimal keyword-rich anchor text pointing to them, that's a very strong indicator that you can effectively compete with minimal effort.
And here's where Stewart's approach provides truly compelling evidence. That real case study of a domain rating 0 site that astonishingly outranked everyone. In early 2023, Stewart registered kitchenextensionbromley.co.uk. Bromley is a London suburb. Keyword had maybe 70 monthly searches. However, an average kitchen extension project there costs over £45,000, meaning a typical 15% commission would be a remarkable £6,750 per conversion. When he analyzed the competition, he found mostly inner pages of much larger London construction companies ranking. Critically, No one had the exact match domain.
Okay, so EMD was wide open. What did he do?
He then built a simple, single-page website. For link building, he invested only in the absolute essentials: 150 local citations, 1 professionally distributed press release, and 5 targeted contextual links. His total investment was remarkably low, under £300. The results are astounding. Within just 8 weeks, the site ranked #2 for Kitchen Extension Bromley, despite having a domain rating of 0, only 12 referring domains, and being a brand new domain. It confidently outranked established construction companies with DRs in the 2040 range that had hundreds of backlinks.
Wow, DR0 outranking DR 2040 sites in 8 weeks. That's pretty incredible proof of the EMD concept in action.
Totally. The why behind this success is truly compelling. The exact match domain gave it an immediate, undeniable relevance advantage that powerfully compensated for its complete lack of existing authority. Within 3 months of launching, it generated its first lead, which converted into a significant £52,000 project. This resulted in a stunning £7,800 commission. That's an ROI of over 2,500% in just 90 days. This case study powerfully demonstrates the immense impact of exact match domains when they are properly deployed within this simple framework.
Okay, so what if the perfect exact match domain isn't available? Should you just give up on the niche?
Not necessarily. If an EMD isn't available, Stewart says partial match domains, or PMDs, can still provide a very significant advantage. These domains contain at least part of your target keyword, like kitchenexperts.london for Kitchen Extension London. While not quite as powerful as a true EMD, a partial match domain will still consistently outperform a generic branded domain for local search terms. When choosing a PMD, always prioritize including the most valuable part of the keyword, which is often the location.
Got it. And any quick best practices for actually registering these domains?
Yeah, simple stuff, really. Stewart recommends registering domains for just 1 year initially. No big SEO benefit to longer terms, and it limits your upfront cost. Always use WHOIS privacy protection. Choose reputable registrars like Namecheap or Google Domains. And crucially, if you're registering multiple domains for your portfolio, maintain a dedicated tracking spreadsheet with all relevant details for easy management. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later.
What about those newer specialized TLDs like .lawyer or .construction or city-specific ones like .london? Are they worth considering?
Stewart's extensive testing shows that while these can work, they generally don't consistently outperform traditional, widely recognized extensions like .com or country-specific ones like .co.uk in terms of ranking power. So it's often best to stick to the basics first.
Okay. And for those listeners still skeptical because they've heard so many SEO experts claim EMDs are dead, why does Stewart think those experts get it wrong?
Yeah, he has some strong opinions on this. He attributes this disconnect to a few key factors. First, different testing environments. Most high-profile SEOs conduct their tests in extremely competitive national niches, where the inherent EMD advantage is often outweighed by massive brand authority and thousands of links. But in local search, especially for long-tail local service terms, the EMD advantage remains incredibly powerful and often decisive.
Right. Context matters. What else?
Second, it often stems from outdated or overgeneralized data. The infamous EMD update from Google back in 2012 primarily targeted spammy, low-quality sites that used EMDs with thin, unhelpful content, not well-built EMDs that provide genuine value. Third, there's a degree of confirmation bias. Many SEOs have invested heavily in building complex, authority-based strategies and thus have a vested interest in dismissing simpler, more direct approaches like EMDs. And finally, sometimes it's simply incomplete analysis. When experts observe an EMD ranking well, they might attribute its success solely to other factors, inadvertently ignoring or downplaying the domain name's significant contribution.
So the conclusion is pretty clear from his perspective.
Yeah, the reality Stewart consistently proves is that in local service markets in 2024, well-chosen exact match domains continue to provide a substantial and often surprising ranking advantage. All right, for our third deep dive, we're talking about building your one-page money machine. Now that you've secured your optimal exact match domains, the next crucial step is to build those websites that will rank quickly and effectively convert visitors into valuable leads. This is a stage where most people instinctively overcomplicate things, trying to create elaborate multi-page websites with fancy designs, complex features, and endless content.
Right. The temptation is to build something big. But what's truly counterintuitive about website design in this specific context is that simpler websites consistently outrank more complex ones in local SEO. Stewart's own Loft Conversion Croydon site, for instance, initially used an ultra-simple WordPress theme with very basic styling. Despite its simplicity, it ranked impressively at #3 within just 8 weeks. He later invested in a premium redesign with custom graphics, and surprisingly, the rankings actually dropped temporarily before eventually returning. This clearly demonstrated that design sophistication wasn't the key.
Interesting. So Google's algorithms, particularly for local search, prioritize relevance, authority, and the ability to directly satisfy user intent, not aesthetic beauty.
Exactly. So the key takeaway is profound. Don't get trapped in the endless pursuit of perfectionism or succumb to excessive design complexity. Instead, ruthlessly focus on what genuinely moves the needle for both rankings and conversions.
Okay, so what about the technical foundation? Is that complicated?
Not at all. It's surprisingly simple yet robust and can be fully set up in under an hour. First, choose simple, reliable hosting. Basic shared hosting is entirely sufficient, with services like Namecheap Stellar Hosting available for under $3 a month. Look for providers that offer one-click WordPress installation, a free SSL certificate, and allow you to host multiple sites easily.
Okay.
Second, you connect your domain and install WordPress. Straightforward process, update name servers, wait a bit for DNS, then a quick one-click WordPress install through your host. When setting up WordPress, use your primary keyword as the site title, create a secure admin login, and select a lightweight basic theme. Third, complete the essential WordPress setup. Install a free SSL certificate, configure your permalinks to postname for cleaner URLs, install a basic yet powerful SEO plugin like Rank Math, and install Elementor, the free version, for its intuitive drag-and-drop page building. This entire technical foundation can genuinely be completed in less than an hour, even for beginners.
Under an hour, really, that's fast. And here's where the structure becomes incredibly powerful. The anatomy of a high-converting one-page website. Stuart developed a precise 7-section blueprint that consistently ranks and converts. Let's highlight some key sections. First, the hero section is paramount. It immediately grabs attention with your H1 exact keyword, a compelling subheadline, a strong call to action button, essential trust indicators like years of experience, and a highly relevant hero image. Its sole purpose is to deliver an immediate, clear value proposition.
Crucial first impression. Further down the page, the service details section provides a comprehensive breakdown of service options, benefits, features, what makes the offering unique, and even pricing guidance with ranges. This section aims to both educate the user and build trust by demonstrating expertise. Another crucial part is the FAQ section, which strategically answers common questions about cost, timelines, qualifications, and any location-specific considerations. This not only proactively addresses user objections, but also provides rich, question-and-answer formatted content that search engines love.
Right? Feeds the algorithm. Finally, the contact section offers clear, prominent options like a simple form and a click-to-call phone number, ensuring immediate, low-friction conversion paths. This entire structure ensures your page comprehensively addresses what both Google and potential customers are looking for, building trust and making action effortless.
And creating this high-converting page with Elementor is remarkably straightforward, leveraging its intuitive drag-and-drop interface. You simply create a new page, then add and configure each of the essential sections using Elementor's pre-built elements. A critical component here, which cannot be overstated, is mobile optimization, as over 60% of local searches are now performed on mobile devices.
This is so important.
Elementor's responsive mode allows you to easily adjust layouts, ensuring your phone number is easily tappable and your contact forms function seamlessly on smaller screens. Remember, Google's mobile-first indexing means the mobile version of your site is primarily what Google uses for ranking, so a poor mobile experience can severely hurt your visibility.
Okay, and then there's content optimization. This is the true key to unlocking rankings, right?
Absolutely. Stuart employs a data-driven approach. You analyze top-ranking content using tools like Surfer SEO or even manually to determine the ideal content length, typically 1,500, 2,500 words for local service pages, and identify all the important keywords, entities, and subtopics to cover. When writing your optimized content, meticulously include your primary keyword in the page title, your H1 heading, the very first paragraph, at least one H2 heading, your meta description, the URL, and image alt text. Then naturally sprinkle it throughout the content, aiming for roughly every 300, 500 words.
Got it. And structure matters too.
Definitely. Use proper heading hierarchy, H1s, H2s, H3s, to logically structure your content. Crucially, add location-specific depth, mentioning specific neighborhoods, local regulations, unique challenges in that area, or even recognizable landmarks where appropriate. Include relevant semantic variations of your keywords. For example, if targeting roof repair Denver, also integrate terms like Denver roofing contractors or roof leak repair Denver. And for enhanced search engine results, utilize SEO plugins like Rank Math to implement structured data, specifically local business, service, and FAQ schema markup. This helps Google understand your content better and display rich snippets.
Yeah, those rich snippets really help click-through rates. Stewart's Kitchen Extension Essex site, for instance, with around 2,000 words of highly optimized content following this exact blueprint, ranked #3 within just 10 weeks, despite having minimal backlinks and being a brand new domain. That's powerful stuff.
It really is. Okay, so lead capture optimization is the crucial step where your traffic seamlessly turns into revenue. For phone numbers, use a trackable local number from a service like Twilio, which costs just $1 to $2 a month. This is essential as a local area code is critical for building trust with local customers. This service allows for call tracking, forwarding, recording, and precise conversion measurement. Make sure your number is prominently placed in a sticky header, the hero section, and the contacts section, and ensure it's formatted as a click-to-call button on mobile devices. Always add clear calls to action, like call now for a free quote.
Good tips. And for contact forms, keep it simple.
Absolutely. Simplicity is paramount. Include only the absolute essential fields: name, email, phone, and brief message. Stewart emphasizes that each additional field reduces conversion rates. Use strong, benefit-driven calls to action like get my free quote instead of generic submit. Always include trust elements, such as no obligation quote or your information is 100% secure. You can also tastefully add urgency elements like book now limited slots available or get priority scheduling. Crucially, configure instant email and SMS notifications for high-value leads so you can respond immediately.
Mobile optimization is so critical for local search, it really bears repeating, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Beyond simply having responsive design, you must ensure exceptionally fast load speed by compressing all images, minimizing plugins, opting for a lightweight theme, and leveraging caching. Ensure all website elements are touch-friendly, with adequately sized buttons and spacing, and that text is highly readable on smaller screens. Google's mobile-first indexing means the mobile version of your site is the primary one Google uses for ranking, so a poor mobile experience will significantly hurt your overall search visibility.
Got it. So, common website creation mistakes to avoid: overcomplicating the design, thinner generic content, poor keyword targeting, hidden contact options, and critically, slow page speed. All these will just hold you back.
Definitely. Stewart actually challenges himself to build a full optimized site in under an hour. He breaks it down. WordPress setup in 10 minutes, structuring the page with Elementor in 15, adding initial content in 20, setting up lead capture in 10, and final checks in 5. While your first few sites might naturally take a bit longer, mastering this efficiency allows you to build multiple high-performing sites quickly, which is absolutely crucial for the overall portfolio strategy.
All right, for our fourth deep dive, we're talking about foundation link building for rapid rankings. Now that your optimized one-page website is live, the next critical step is strategically pushing it up the search engine rankings. This is a common stumbling block for many. Either they overcomplicate things with expensive, time-consuming link building, or they underinvest and then wonder why their sites aren't ranking.
Right. And what's truly insightful here is that the truth about links for local rankings runs completely counter to what many general SEO experts claim. You simply don't need hundreds of powerful, high-authority backlinks to rank well in local search. Stewart has consistently seen exact matched domain sites rank on page 1 for highly valuable local terms, with as few as 15-20 referring domains. His emergency plumber Bristol site, for instance, ranked page 1 with only 22 links from just 10 unique referring domains for a total cost of less than £250. This pattern of minimal investment yielding significant results is remarkably consistent across dozens of niches he's tested. The key isn't brute quantity, but rather the strategic implementation of the right types of links.
Okay, so Stewart's approach to foundation link building consists of 3 remarkably simple yet powerful phases. What are they?
First, local citations, which involves building consistent NAP name, address, phone number listings across various online business directories. Second, press release distribution, creating and strategically distributing a newsworthy press release about your service. And third, contextual foundation links, securing a small, carefully selected number of highly relevant contextual links from related websites.
Okay, let's unpack these. Phase 1, local citations.
Yeah.
Sounds like basic directory listings.
Essentially, yes, but done strategically. It's all about establishing your robust digital footprint. These listings on directories and aggregators create a crucial trust signal for Google and provide foundational backlinks. You must ensure consistent NAP information across all listings. Use your exact keyword as the business name, for instance, Kitchen Extension Essex. Obtain a legitimate local address, maybe a virtual office, and crucially, use your Twilio tracking number with a local area code. Then, leverage cost-effective bulk building services, often found on platforms like Fiverr or Legit, where you can get 100-150 citations for around $30-50. Their collective impact, when consistent, creates a strong, unified digital footprint that Google trusts.
Got it. Phase 2, press release distribution. Doesn't that sound expensive or complicated?
Not necessarily. It generates instant authority signals. A single, well-crafted press release can generate valuable backlinks from established high domain authority news sites, create important brand mentions, and quickly establish legitimacy for your news site. You need a genuinely newsworthy angle, something like new website connects location residents with qualified service providers. Optimize it by including your exact keyword in the headline, the first paragraph, and ensuring at least one link uses your keyword as anchor text. Use budget-friendly distribution services like A-Newswire or PR Distribution for $49.99. A single PR can reliably generate 1030 backlinks from news sites with DRs ranging from 2070, providing an immediate and noticeable authority boost.
Okay, $5,100 for potentially dozens of high DA links sounds pretty good. And phase 3, contextual foundation links.
Right, this is truly about quality over sheer quantity. The goal is to secure a small, highly impactful number of high-quality contextual links, typically just 5-10 links placed naturally within relevant content. You can find excellent opportunities on specialized marketplaces like Serpzilla.io, where quality backlinks can be acquired for as little as $1 per month, or Shared.domains, which offers slots on powerful expired domains converted into content sites for $50 or $100 per year. Niche-specific directories like Avvo for legal or HomeAdvisor for construction are also invaluable. For anchor text, always follow a natural pattern. 30-40% exact match, 30-40% partial match, 20-30% branded or URL. Avoid over-optimization. Remember, 5 well-placed contextual links often provide significantly more ranking benefit than dozens of low-quality directory links.
So the total foundation investment for this entire link building strategy is incredibly modest, typically ranging from just $130 to $250. That's surprisingly low.
It really is. And it's a staged investment. You begin with citations immediately after launching your site, add a press release 2 to 3 weeks later, and then start acquiring contextual links after 3 to 4 weeks. This deliberate pacing allows you to carefully monitor and adjust your strategy based on early ranking movement, maximizing your efficiency.
Okay, give us another case study for this link building part.
Sure. A truly compelling one is Stuart's bathroomthesex.co.uk site. Bathroom renovation in Essex, UK average jobs, £8,000, £15,000, 10-15% commission potential. He invested just $242 in total for link building. This included 150 local citations, $45, 1 press release, $59, 7 contextual links from Serpzilla, $63, and 1 powerful homepage link from Shared.domains, $75.
$242 total. Okay, what happened?
Yeah. The results were remarkably swift and impressive. Within just 7 weeks, the site ranked #8 for bathroom renovation Essex. In week 12, the first qualified lead converted into a paid job, yielding a significant £1,350 commission. The ROI was a staggering over 450% within just 3 months, and the site continues to generate leads with virtually no ongoing work. This powerfully confirms the consistency and effectiveness of this simple, targeted approach.
That's amazing ROI. So what's the typical timeline people should realistically expect?
Okay, typical progression. Weeks 1-2, site indexed, no significant rankings yet. Weeks 3-4, citations PR links register, maybe positions 50-100. Weeks 5-8, contextual links kick in, rankings improve to 15-30, maybe some long tail visibility. Weeks 9-12, usually hitting page 1, first qualified leads, initial conversions possible. Months 4-6 is when rankings tend to stabilize, you get consistent lead flow and positive ROI. While remarkably fast compared to traditional SEO, it still takes, 2-3 months to see significant results. Patience and consistent execution are truly key.
Right. So beyond these foundational links, when should someone consider scaling their link building efforts?
Good question. Once your site consistently ranks between positions 11-30, is well indexed for related terms, has established all its foundational links, and has been live for at least 6 to 8 weeks, you can consider accelerating its growth. Scaling options, with a recommended budget of maybe $300-500, could include acquiring strategic guest posts, implementing expired domain redirects for a power boost, distributing additional press releases, or acquiring more niche-specific directory links.
Okay. Now, what's this do-nothing test you mentioned? Sounds intriguing.
Yeah, it's a really smart validation strategy Stewart uses to identify the easiest wins. He builds 3 to 5 sites with only citations and a single press release. Then he patiently waits 8-12 weeks to see which ones naturally start ranking without any further link building. He then only invests additional link building resources in the sites that are already showing clear promise.
Ah, so you let the market tell you where to invest more effort.
Exactly. He's found that approximately 20-30% of sites will reach page 1 with just these minimal foundational links. These easy win sites become the most profitable in his portfolio because of their remarkably low total investment. It's really clever.
Now for our 5th and final deep dive. Converting traffic into reliable revenue and scaling for freedom. After all that meticulous work building and ranking your one-page site, the ultimate, most rewarding goal is to turn that traffic into tangible revenue. The one-page website method aims for incredibly high conversion rates, typically 10-20% of your site's visitors, with each conversion worth potentially thousands of dollars.
Right. And the most effective lead capture strategy employs that robust two-pronged approach, optimizing for both direct phone calls and convenient contact form submissions. Phone calls almost always indicate high intent and typically convert at a higher rate. For a professional call tracking system, use a service like Twilio for just $1 a month to purchase a local phone number with your target area code. This local number is absolutely critical for building trust. Configure call forwarding, implement it prominently on your website, sticky header, hero, contact section, tap to call on mobile. Twilio's analytics then allow you to track everything, which is invaluable for qualifying leads and optimizing.
And for contact forms, again, keep it simple, right?
Absolutely. Simplicity is paramount. Include only the absolute essential fields: name, email, phone, brief message. Stewart's data unequivocally shows each additional field reduces conversions. Use strong, benefit-driven calls to action, like get my free quote, not just submit. Always include clear trust elements. No obligation. Quote, 100% secure. You can even tastefully add urgency cues. Book now, limited slots available. And configure instant email and SMS notifications for high-value leads so you can respond immediately. Speed matters.
Okay, so leads start flowing in. How do you manage and qualify them effectively?
You need a robust yet simple system. Stewart highly recommends using a straightforward spreadsheet to track every lead from initial contact to final commission payment. Include all relevant details: date, name, contact, service, source status, assigned contractor, quote, job status, commission, payment status, everything. Crucially, establish very clear qualification criteria based on your service provider's requirements, covering location, project type, budget, timeline, complete contact info to ensure you're sending truly qualified leads that count towards commissions. No ambiguity.
Makes sense. Now, the cornerstone of this entire method is diligently finding and effectively negotiating with those service providers who will reliably pay you for these leads. How does that work?
First, identify 10-15 potential partners for each niche and location. Search Google Maps for established local businesses with strong reviews, 4+ stars focusing on independent providers. Create a detailed spreadsheet with their contact info. Second, send a simple, straightforward initial outreach email. Stewart's template includes a subject line like Partnership Opportunity, Qualified Service Leads and Location, and briefly explains you have a ranking site generating leads and work on a commission basis. Expect a 20-30% response rate.
Okay, decent response rate. Then what?
Third, carefully evaluate the responses based on their professionalism, genuine willingness to work on commission, the quality of their past work, check portfolios reviews, and their current capacity. Ideally, you want 2-3 reliable partners per website as backup. Fourth, negotiate the commission structure. Be aware of typical industry rates. Home improvement, 10-15%. Legal, 25-40%. Financial, 0.5-1%. Start negotiations at the higher end. And finally, formalize the agreement with a clear but simple document covering commission rate, lead qualification criteria, lead handling process like response time expectations, payment terms, and clear terms for termination. This protects both parties.
Okay, so you have a partner. How does the lead handoff actually work?
Pretty smoothly. For phone calls, Twilio forwards calls directly to your partner. For form submissions, you receive notification, forward details to the partner via email, record it in your tracking spreadsheet, and follow up to confirm receipt and action. The key here is maintaining visibility throughout the process to accurately track conversions and calculate your commissions.
And getting paid. How do you handle payment collection and tracking?
Use a professional invoicing system like Wave or PayPal Business. Stewart recommends monthly billing. You'll need to request updates from partners on outstanding leads, compile completed jobs, verify final job values, calculate commissions, then send professional invoices with standard net 30 payment terms. And critically, don't rely solely on partner reports. Use call recordings, customer surveys, or job completion photos to independently verify job values and prevent any underreporting. Have a clear escalation process for any payment issues, though Stewart notes they're rare with good partner selection.
What about those pay-per-call networks? Are they a good alternative?
They can be. These networks essentially buy leads directly from you at fixed rates per call. Popular ones are 4legalleads.com for legal, elocal.com for home services. Pros: immediate payment, no relationship management, more predictable income. Cons: generally lower overall revenue than direct partnerships, stricter call quality requirements, less control. They work best for lower ticket services, high call volume niches, or when finding reliable direct partners is difficult. But direct partnerships almost always maximize revenue for high ticket services. You could even strategically use both.
Let's revisit that roofrepairliverpool.co.uk site again, focusing on the revenue journey.
Right. Launched March 2023. One-page site, Twilio, form, link building. 150 citations, 1 PR, 6 contextual links. Week 6, page 1. Week 8, first qualified lead, phone call. Week 10, first job completion, £4,800 roof repair, resulting in £720 commission, 15%. By month 4, site generated 3 to 5 leads week, average 2 conversions month, average job value £3,000, £6,000, monthly commission revenue £900 and £800. Total investment under £300. ROI positive in month 3, generating income with minimal ongoing work, about 2 hours per month total. Powerful demonstration of the complete cycle.
Incredible. How can someone scale their commission income beyond just getting more leads?
Several ways. Negotiate volume-based commission increases with partners' tiered rates for delivering consistent quality. Upsell additional marketing services, leverage your success to offer GMB optimization, social media help, etc. for recurring revenue. For top sites, create exclusive partnerships. Partner gets all leads for higher rates, 15-20%, minimum monthly guarantees. And implement lead quality filtering, add qualifying questions to forms, price range, timeline to attract more serious buyers, boosting conversion rates without more traffic.
What are the common monetization mistakes people make?
Inadequate lead tracking is a big one, hard to prove value. Poor partner selection leads to problems. Unclear commission terms cause disputes. Neglecting lead response time loses conversions. And focusing only on lead quantity over quality always wins here.
Right. The real power, the compound effect, comes from building multiple income streams, doesn't it?
Absolutely. A portfolio of 10, 15 performing sites, each generating $1,000, $3,000 monthly, creates a diversified passive income machine of $15,000, $45,000 per month. This portfolio is more resilient, and it forms a foundation for bigger goals. Building an agency, creating info products, software, or selling sites for 36x monthly revenue.
So the smart scaling strategy Stewart uses is test, validate, expand. Can you walk through that?
Sure. Phase 1, testing, 3 to 5 sites. Start small. Minimum viable sites. Different niches, locations. Minimum effective investment. Data shows what works after 2-3 months. Phase 2, validation, 5-10 sites. Based on Phase 1 data, double down on what's working, expand successful niches, replicate proven approaches on new sites. Phase 3, expansion, 10-20 plus sites. Full-scale growth based on validated success, systematically building out the portfolio.
And within that, the winner-based portfolio strategy.
Crucial insight. Not all sites perform equally. Identify home runs, maybe 20% rank easily, exceptional ROI, and solid performers, 30% good returns. Focus resources on these. Let slow burners develop. Prune underperformers. Stewart says this disciplined, winner-based approach is the single most important factor in his success. You can also expand geographically, perimeter strategy, or into related niches.
As a portfolio grows, management must get complex. How do you run multiple sites efficiently?
Systems are key. Stewart relies on a centralized tracking dashboard, spreadsheet, Airtable, Notion, for a bird's-eye view of all sites' metrics status. He uses a batched management schedule, G Mondays, rank checking Tuesdays, lead follow-up for efficiency, avoids constant context switching.
Makes sense. What else?
Automated monitoring is vital. Alerts for ranking changes, downtime, new backlinks, lead volume changes, rank tracker, uptime robot, focus only on sites needing attention, and templated processes, checklists for setup, content, links, outreach, invoicing, transforms management into a systematic process that can be replicated or delegated.
And the reinvestment strategy is key to that compounding growth.
Absolutely. Stewart follows a 40-30-30 rule. 40% of profits reinvested into improving best performers, 30% to fund new sites, 30% as profit. He shows how a modest initial $1,500 investment across 3 test sites can snowball. By end of year one, using reinvested profits, this could realistically grow to $10,000, $15,000 monthly income with 8-10 revenue-generating sites. It fuels an increasingly powerful growth engine.
Okay, what about team building? When and how to outsource?
Staged approach. Outsource straightforward tasks first. Content creation, basic link building, citations PR, rank tracking, lead management admin. Keep strategic aspects in-house initially. Echolocation selection, partner relationships, advanced link strategy, financials. Start with task-based contractors, Upwork. Create detailed process docs, SOPs with video. Implement quality control, then graduate to dedicated team members as needed.
And the natural evolution for many is moving from lead gen to a full agency.
Yeah, it's a common path. Your portfolio is your best case study. Package your expertise into services, local SEO, lead gen systems, commanding $1,000, $3,000 monthly retainers. Target proven niches where you have data. Or build, rank a site, then approach providers offering to sell, lease it, or pay for your services, showing the results it's already generating. Very powerful.
And portfolio valuation and exit strategy, how did that work?
Establish lead gen sites, 12+ months history, typically sell for 30-36x monthly revenue. Exit options, sell individual sites, empire flippers, sell the whole portfolio, private deals, revenue share partnerships, or just hold as passive income assets. Lots of flexibility.
Stuart's own 18-month journey to 30K a month is a great example. Can you recap the phases?
Sure. Months 1 to 3, testing. 3 sites, $900 invested, 2 performing. Months 4 to 6, validation. Enhance 2, launch 4 new, $1 8Ks more invested, 4 active sites, 4 kilomonth revenue. Months 7, 12, expansion. Accelerated 12 total sites, reinvested profits. 8 revenue sites, 18 kilo a month. Months 13, 18, optimization scaling. Optimize top performers, prune underperformers. Achieve $30,000 monthly income. It shows the power of the process.
Wow. And the lifestyle advantage is huge too, right?
Absolutely profound, beyond just money. With a mature portfolio, 15K, 30K or monthly, you get real freedom. Work from anywhere, manage in 10-15 hours weekly, take extended vacations, focus on strategy. Stuart says this flexibility is often the most rewarding aspect for his students.
Okay, let's quickly touch on some bonus advanced strategies for peak performance and future proofing. First, conversion rate optimization, CRO. Small changes, big impact.
Huge impact. Remember the math. Improve a 5% conversion rate to 8%. That's potentially a 60% revenue increase without more traffic. Focus on above-the-fold optimization, social proof, ethical urgency, and friction reduction. Use a systematic testing protocol, test one element at a time, track results, implement winners.
And advanced partner structures, beyond basic commissions.
Yeah, tiered commissions based on volume. Long-term exclusive partnerships for top sites, higher rates, minimum guarantees. Hybrid payment models, per lead fee plus commission plus bonus. Even equity partnerships, where the provider buys into the site ownership for truly aligned incentives.
What about advanced link building tactics, if foundation links aren't enough?
Tiered link building links to your links to amplify power. Topical authority development, creating content clusters around your main page. Brand signal development profiles, mentions, schema, GBP, strategic link reclamation, getting links your competitors have, location-specific link building, local associations, community sites.
And advanced conversion tracking and attribution.
Multi-touch attribution to track the full journey. Upgrading call tracking beyond basic Twilio, CallRail, call tracking metrics. For dynamic numbers, transcription, CRM integration, using a CRM, HubSpot Free, Zoho, Airtable, to streamline lead management, automate tasks, calculate commissions accurately.
Content enhancement strategies.
Semantic content expansion, filling conceptual gaps. Location-specific content depth, mentioning neighborhoods, local pricing, maps. Enhanced schema markup service, review, FAQ, organization schema for richer snippets. Integrating user-generated content testimonials, case studies, Q&A for social proof.
And crucial portfolio protection and risk management.
Algorithm update protection through diversification, balanced links, clean content, brand signals, freshness. Competition monitoring via weekly tracking and analysis. Income diversification across niches, models, traffic sources, partners. Legal protection with proper business structure, agreements, site policies, insurance.
The ultimate goal being the automation endgame.
Exactly. Lead distribution automation. Content maintenance automation. A portfolio analytics dashboard for real-time insights. A decision rule framework for objective portfolio management based on data, not emotion.
Stuart's optimization case study really highlights the impact of these advanced strategies, right?
Absolutely. Started with 15 sites, 20 kilo a month, 4.5% CR, 20 HL week management. After 9 months of systematic optimization, 35K monthly revenue plus 75%, 8 hours weekly management, negative 60%, 7.5% average CR plus 67%, portfolio valuation $1.05 million. It shows how advanced strategies dramatically improve performance while reducing time required.
Incredible. And finally, future-proofing. What should people be thinking about?
Embrace voice search optimization, natural language. Prioritize mobile experience excellence, speed, usability. Explore AI integration, CRO, chatbots, analytics, content. Consider multi-channel expansion, GBP, LSAs, paid search, video. It fundamentally shifts your mindset.
You're no longer just building websites.
Exactly. You're creating genuinely valuable business assets with quantifiable value and predictable returns. Assets that can be leveraged for funding, used as collateral, provide consistent cash flow, or be sold for significant sums. It's that ideal intersection of passive income, lifestyle flexibility, and tangible business value.
And that, my friend, is the one-page website revolution unpacked. We've journeyed through solving the frustrations of traditional online business, explored the profound power of high-ticket niches and exact match domains, and delved into the remarkable simplicity and leverage of building, ranking, and monetizing these powerful digital assets.
Yeah, and the core principles Stewart has refined remain paramount. Focused simplicity, the strategic power of minimum effective investment, the immense leverage of a high-ticket focus, the discipline of systematic replication, and critically, the profound freedom that automatable systems ultimately provide.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? What incredible possibilities open up when you stop chasing the latest fleeting trends and instead build a portfolio of simple, valuable digital assets that consistently generate income while simultaneously reclaiming your precious time and mental space? While we've delved deep into the actionable strategies today, remember, this deep dive is truly just the tip of the iceberg. The full, comprehensive one-page website's video course takes you by the hand, providing all the step-by-step guidance and even more detailed insights you need to fully master this method and dramatically accelerate your success.